Hi, stamping friends. This is Oksana from funstamper.com, and right now it's Wednesday, February 21st, 6 p.m., and it's time for Funky Wednesday Facebook Live. As always, I come to you and we craft, get some inspiration and some little chat time. Let me pull you on my iPad to make sure everything is working fine, and we will get started. I'll tell you what we gonna be working on today. So we actually gonna work on a box and on a funky fold card. I featured this card during the last class. It's Z-fold, but kind of with a twist. And because we are so close to Easter, and Easter this year is just around the corner. It's end of March and definitely gonna be faster than we know it. Plus, if you decided you need to mail some cards or create cards, it's time to do it right now. That's why I decided to play with that new Easter Lily bundle. So the bundle is on page 26. And to be honest, when catalog came and I was always looking for Easter, like holiday cards that I could kind of do this time of the year, I was not really impressed. I kind of look on a stamp and it's cool. Some samples are cool, but, it's just a flower, right? Like bunny and other stuff, it's not really appearing for me. I'm going more for religious look. But, and I didn't kind of completely overlook the dies. So when somebody posted actually 3D just with dice, I was so impressed. So, and I just ordered mine and started to play. So I did some like basic stamping, and I'll show you cards, but I went straight to the dice. And let me show you the dice. So this is the dice. So some of them cutting images in a stamp set, which is, what normally Stampin' Up does with coordination, but this is the dice that kind of doing a trick, and it's really, really, really cool. So we will be working with the dice. I kind of play a little bit this week, not to the extent I probably wanted to do, but I think I create like 8 or 9 different cards. We actually doing block hop tomorrow with my team, and I did make some cards. Let me show you with those particular dice, and we get started. So this is gonna be those instructions, PDF downloadable, gonna be actually on my blog later tonight. Post is almost ready. I'll just need to attach a video, and PDF is already typed in. So you'll be able to download measurements and kind of see it. And this is going to be block hop, and I'll show you for tomorrow. I actually decided to play with different flowers. This one is, I mentioned that I created one with just stamped images and die cutting. It's really pretty, but, some extra work. So this is a set of cards I created for my block hop, and I did each flower slightly different. It's like one sheet stamped and cut, but I did different flowers and different sponging. So I was kind of playing with that particular flower. Some of the sponge different colors. This one is colored with blends. Everything was a white piece of paper that I started with. So, and then actually today, when I was cutting extra pieces, I got an idea that I could do even better. There's other way. So let's start with making some flowers. Let me show you also the flowers that I played with. I said, okay, what if you just decided to cut our flower, our lily, from just colored cardstock. So this is bubble bath, and this is just naked one, and I assemble flower differently. And this one is colored with the blends, kind of lightly colored on top. And this one is sponged, and I kind of like this one the most, and I didn't curl one. But this is when I kind of got the idea what we can do, like what we can do for this particular lily. So let me show you how to assemble and kind of how to play with that if you decide to get this set. And bundle is cool, but you technically could just get the dies if you just wanted to have the flowers. So this is the pieces that you will need for that. So it's flower comes in 3 pieces. See, like I die cut already bunch of stuff. I like to die cut in one set and then we just sit down and assemble. So this is basically 4 pieces that you need, and I die cut them from white piece of paper. And at that point you could choose which color you kind of want to tint it a little bit. I think I like the most what I did. I like yellow, kind of if it's Easter lily, and I really like soft sea foam. Let's see, where's my soft sea foam? Here it is. And sponge dauber works the best for that technique. So before we start, we kind of lightly sponge. Remember, less is more. You could always add, but you could not subtract. So I'm just going, just light hint, because I still want white lilies for Easter, right? It's so symbolic. I think I already started to see it in the stores. And you just lightly sponge all the pieces. And for the center, I also cut it with white because, you know, I could make it with blends any color I want. So I decided to go with, actually don't have a soft seafoam blend, but I have old olive. So you could just go with light old olive on a white and kind of color it on top. I tried to cut it from lighter cardstock and then colors, and my orange is not coming as good. And it's many ways to do. I'm sure that one I always go for kind of that looks good, but it's also not super complicated. Something that you could make a lot of them. So we're gonna color the center, and I'll show you how to assemble, and then we'll get started with actual fold and box. This way we'll have 2 lilies already ready. So I'm just coloring like that. I think that orange I like, pumpkin pie I like the most. And from that point, there is multiple way how you could do it. I think the way Stampin' Up intended, again, I didn't really see Stampin' Up video, so it's hard to judge, right? But based on previous flowers that they had, see kind of how those 2 has the same shape. So I think it's intended to be glued like that, kind of match it, or on the back. Either way, I think probably like that, right? You could curl. Other things that I like, you could actually kind of play and still kind of offset, so you have more fuller flower. So it's either way. You could probably, this one I didn't really like this way because it's, that petal is kind of get lost. So it's almost, something definitely need to be here in the middle. And I did this way as well. And then you basically glue your middle. Look how pretty already. And then that one goes on top. So when I did my first kind of set, I just gluing everything. And then like today I was thinking, why I didn't put dimensionals? I mean, we don't want to stuff flat, right? So then I started to do things with dimensionals. For some reason it's so. And this way, you with dimensionals also you could reposition really easily. I have short nails, and it's so we kind of offset. Then we still need to glue this one, and I'm not gluing everything. I'm just gluing a little bit. Leave me a comment if you have this set. I wonder, or it's on your wish list. I think like 3D will be gorgeous to do it with, like napkin ring for Easter. It's gonna be super cool. And then that little piece kind of goes on top like that. Maybe I should have glued it a little bit down. Let's see. And this one goes like that. And this one you could glue, or you could add with dimensional as well. Add with dimensionals and see if you will have a completely different look. And at that point, you could decide if you want to curl the petals or not. Let's do flat and let's see what difference it's gonna make for the card, right? Because on a card you want to flat. So what do you think? So this one I did curl, and this one was yellow and on yellow. So I think it was bubble bath and bubble bath inside. And I glue it differently. So you have a kind of glue method 1 and this is method 2. So I think they all looks good. All right, so let's get to our box. So what we need for our box, let me get some room here. So we're gonna be cutting and scoring. I actually decided to reverse. This one I use that Delightfully, what is the name? Delightfully Eclectic. This is actually a free paper. So I'm using this paper and I'm using that Most Adorned paper. Delightfully Eclectic. I know some of you actually redeem it. Look on the size of the stack. Do you see how much paper it is? And this is my all-time favorite birds. And look how much it is here. Do you see the size? It's just like 1/4 of it for the same free stuff. So this is one definitely to consider. It's gonna cover you a lot. So I decided to reverse. I'm gonna do this one gold one, So Adored. I have a lot of them, and I think for Easter or kind of, it could be maybe even for a wedding, right? The box. So let's see what we need for that. So we're gonna cut, and I like with the box to work with the papers doesn't have any directions, so it could go either way. So this way I don't need to think how to score it, and flap will be the same. So I'm gonna cut it at 9 inches, 9 by 12, and because I have a cutter, let me cut this piece 3/7 by 2/7. So pretty much you could make almost 3 cards. 3/7, Oksana, almost made a boo-boo. So this is gonna be for a card. Okay, now let's bring our cheat sheet for the box. Let's do box first. So we will have that, and then we will do a card. Card will require some stamping. As I mentioned, it's gonna be on my blog. And let's see. All right, so box is actually a pretty good size. You will not be able to fit cards in it because it's not tall enough, but it's wide enough. So we're gonna score at 1 3/4 on both sides of a long piece. So 1 3/4. And then on a 12-inch side, we're gonna score at 3 3/4, 5 1/2, 9 1/4, and 11. So don't worry, we will have instructions. Let's hide our tool, and it's gonna be hard for me to see, so I'm gonna score on other side. Yeah, this one could have been cute for Valentine as well, right? I love making boxes, and you probably have so much designer paper, so why not to create a box when you're having next event, you know, baby shower, birthday, anniversary, whatever you need things for. Put some gift cards there with some smaller gifts. It's decent size gift will fit. So I did score all the sides. And what I wanted to do now, this is my top. It's kind of only 1 inch to kind of hold it flat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut those rectangles, those tiny rectangles out. And so this side, I want to kind of, when it's closed, so you don't see it on top, kind of protect the gift. So I'm cutting it like this and do little dents for easy to close. We will do this one as well. Very hard to see with white. Okay, and again, it's just a standard box, so it's not any kind of complicated. It's just nice that it's, you could make cards and have kind of pieces for a card, plus to have a box, and they will match. You could probably use the rest of paper to decorate the envelope as well. Okay. Like the gold side of that adorned paper. And then we're gonna assemble a box. So glue those pieces. I like to use both tear tape and wet glue. I'm in Florida, so many times I need even tear tape sometimes gets apart with humidity here. So I'm putting it on the smaller pieces, and because it's relatively large, let me tape that. I put it over my glass mat because of the glare. Let me tape my, drives me nuts, keep moving. And for this piece, this is gonna be our front. I'm putting it on the sides. Tear tape is wonderful to kind of get instant bond, but still I will add extra glue. So again, simple box, we're making it. And as far as the box kind of going on top, it's pretty standard practice to leave those two hinges, so it's easy. So next week I had a request to do little treat boxes. I made them for class yesterday, and it was fitting 3 Mercy chocolates. And it's so cute, and it's only half sheet of paper. So next week I will come up with the projects. Will be some card and matching box, and I believe it should hold a gift card. If not, I will adjust. So next week the same time, 6 o'clock. Stay tuned. And if you need the directions, just go to my blog funstamper.com and look for the post from today, and you will see later today, you will see the instructions. So I'm putting a little bit extra of wet glue. We'll assemble the box. Let's see if I could make it straight. White is always making it a little bit harder to do, but I really wanted to see difference in how it's gonna look with Lilies white on white. So this is our box. So that's all. It's pretty easy. To make it a little bit prettier, and we will decide which color we want. So I have a strip of bubble bath, and I also have a strip of old olive, and let's see which one I would like to have. So the idea will be that this is gonna be my closure. So I'm going with bubble bath, and this one kind of make it sturdier and kind of have accent. Let's do with old olive, so it's kind of leaves and have a little bit of sharper edges. I think it's gonna match better with the card. It's just 1 inch to make the flap a little bit sturdier, because designer paper is not that sturdy, and give it a little edge. So now those two, we're just gonna adhere one to another. This is a Thoughtful Expressions dies, my favorite dies. I knew I'm gonna like them, but I didn't know I'm gonna love them that much. I use it on everything, especially those round ones. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna add this one. Won't work with me, did I have a piece larger than 1 inch? Hopefully not, probably, but okay. So I'm just gonna put 2 dimensionals on top, and this is what's gonna hold my label on the top. I could probably glue it, but let's put 3. Let's be generous today. We're not saving supplies. We're having fun. So I'm gonna put it here on top, and to make it closure, I'm gonna use those fastener dots. I actually bought them in Dollar Tree. It's my favorite store. Like to go there and see what I could find. And those are kind of larger. Smaller one will work great as well. And I actually give them little haircuts so they're not that sticky. So we're gonna just put one here. And then the most important part, to close your box. You need to be careful, but because paper is not that sturdy first time, maybe you should have make a haircut first, I'm afraid. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna just give it a little haircut so it's not that sticky. This side, I don't think you can, but like this side you can. If you have smaller ones that it's not that kind of heavy duty, it will work. All right, so we did that. So now you will take one of the lilies and gonna use it here. Let's see, maybe you want to use pink one. It's the same color. Well, I should say bubble bath. What do you think? Which one? This is just two of the same. What do you think? And we'll get a couple leaves. Kind of like that pink one. Then it's not just gonna be that white. And let me get the gold ribbon. And we're gonna glue it, and we're gonna have the box. So it's pretty simple. Now it's just decoration. So you could decorate any way you want. And you could just play with those leaves forever. All right. And my gold ribbon is here. Gold one to match. So I'll just take a piece of gold ribbon and for added little bling, and we will have a box, and you will let me know which one you like the best. I'm still not sure which one to use. Darlene, tell me which one. Use white one or pink flower? I don't know. I don't know. We have 2 minutes to decide. And with ribbon, I normally just put ribbon kind of in an angle like that. Take a tear tape. Pink. All right, darling. Yes, you said pink. We're gonna do pink. I'm struggling today with my nails. I don't know what's going on. to get the tear tape. I guess everything is harder on the camera, right? And Mary said she likes white flower. Oy, oy, oy. Let's do pink. Okay. And then we could pull it and take white one and take a picture and see which one everybody vote for. Decisions, right? Gonna put them with few dimensionals. And it's just the point here too that you could use colored cardstock, and then it's looks a little bit less than lily. I think it just looks like a flower. Okay, and we're gonna glue leaves, and then we're gonna move to the card. As I'm gluing leaves, I just wanted to let you know that I posted my to-go class. Should have removed. Lavender, painted lavender class. It's next weekend. Oh, I did remove it. If you go to funstamper.com and classes to go, you'll see the information. Still have few spots for my in-person class at my home. It's either Friday or Saturday, but I also do a to-go kits. So go and check it out. It's really popular bundle. Everybody loving it. So I do have quite to go to prep. So I'm excited. Okay. And then last but not least, of course, we need to trim the ribbon. Just too long. Okay. And what I did for this one, it's, remember, ribbon and a bling. It's just kind of a... I also obsessed with those, it's called champagne iridescent dots. This is not even half pack, and we already used them yesterday for my class. So you could just kind of glue them, and we'll do maybe at the end when we do it on a card. But this is really cool way to add extra bling to your projects, and I'm probably gonna last you for a really long time. All right, so it's 2 boxes. What do you think? Do you like the box? Do you like that idea? Let's set it aside, and let me show you that fold that we're gonna create. I need to clean it because it's getting out of control a little bit. So this is the card, like I mentioned, inspiration actually came, I cased myself. This is the card we created, and I really like the colors in my last class. And everybody did love that fold, dimensionals everywhere. Here's the same gold ribbon. I just love to use that one. So I decided to use the same fold for the Easter card. And we're also gonna reverse, because what's the fun to make the same card over and over again, right? So we'll make some adjustments. So instead of seafoam, we're gonna use bubble bath. And we're gonna need a couple more supplies. So we will need 4x4 piece of cardstock, basic white for inside. This is what I didn't cut. Let me cut really quickly. We will need to have just your standard cut long way piece of bubble bath. And in addition, for that one, we also will need piece that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So just smaller piece for the center point. So this is what makes your funky fold. 4x4 piece inside. We also need to have 2 pieces of designer paper, 1/7/8 by 3/7/8, and 2 pieces kind of that you made on old olive. Then it's 1x4. Then this is 3x4. And remember, beginning of the video, we cut this piece that matches our box. Look like we didn't cut long enough. Let's cut it a little bit more. And so this is basically a base of our card, and then we will just decorate. Just wanted to make sure we have border. And I'm just a big fan of borders, so there is something contrast. You could probably just lay the designer paper, but this is why we have the border. And I actually started to make without border, and it's look really plain, like so think about, we don't gonna have a border. It's pretty, but it's really, really soft. I like a little bit of sharp edge. All right, so let's first of all score our card, and then we will start assembling. So for this one, we're gonna score on the long end, and we're gonna score at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 5 1/2. So 5 1/2 is your standard one. Here's 4 1/4, and then half of that 4 1/4. It's easier to remember. So for the base of the fold, I have pieces everywhere. So we're gonna fold it. So we're basically creating like a book bind fold. So we're folding basically in the middle, we fold it mountain, then volley, and then volley again. So this is kind of our Z fold. And what we want to do, we actually want to glue this piece down, because this is going to be kind of like a book, so it's not opens all the way. Okay. Now all that pieces of designer paper, let's just put them together and glue, and we will have a base of the card, and then we start decorating. Hi, Connie. Nice to see you. Thinking about you, girl. So we're just gluing. Big fan of the little borders. So one of those is actually gonna go on that spine, that strip. I want to recreate this fold with lavender. We're not going to do it for class. I have some other exciting new folds that we're going to do. But sometimes you always wonder how this particular fold will look with different paper and different stamp set. So many times when you kind of see the idea, save it, and even if you don't have the same supplies, kind of think a little bit broader. Think, okay, what I have, which colors will match, or which stamp set I want to use for which occasion. Okay, so then that's 4x4 goes inside. We'll be almost done with our fold. And it's really easy fold. It comes super fast together. Plus, you're decorating only kind of 3x4 piece, so you don't need to have a ton of paper. So this is, I'm gluing this one over to have matching border. I think because I went for the darker border. Okay, so that's what it is. Come on, wet glue sometimes shifts. That's what I learned. Okay, now for the fold, we basically gonna apply glue, and if we score everything correctly, you will kind of position this one in the middle, and you should have it. So glue goes here. Because that piece is moving, I strongly suggest to use like really strong adhesive. So your either tear tape, wet glue, Seal Plus. Seal may not be enough. Okay, so this is a fold. See? Super, super easy. And now back to our Easter lily. We will do a little bit of stamping. Like I was saying, we have choices to make. which flower to use. See, I kind of, the way I sponge, you don't even see much sponging. Let's do yellow, why not? I do have a label. It's also from the same Thoughtful Expressions. So this is tiny label. And that particular stamp set is also Celebration. I told you last week that I'm super excited to use it because it has Thinking of You for Easter. So it's not, you know, super religious if you, it's not kind of your cup of tea. That stamp set have really nice verses. And I use all of them for my block hobs that will be tomorrow. But, you know, like He's Risen or Peace I Give Unto You. I really like that. I think if I make a set of cards for my priest, he will like it too. Okay, Old Olive. We're gonna stamp a greeting. Just a reminder, celebration is ending next Thursday. So we actually have extra day because of this year. So if you kind of have anything that you still wanted to have, it's still, I'm surprised everything's still available. So great job Stampin' Up for ordering enough of all the supplies. So we're gonna do, and with dimensionals, I use every piece. I don't throw dimensionals away, even if it's gonna be little tiny corner. I just love Stampin' Up dimensionals. So we're gonna put this one in this corner, and then I'm gonna do flower here. So I'm also gonna do with dimensionals. Like I mentioned, I have so much kind of smaller pieces of dimensionals that is left from my classes. It's what I use for my personal crafting. And everybody gets nice sheet when they attend my classes. So we're gonna do that. And well, let's find another set of leaves that I already die cut. Also with this die, I did die cut, like I mentioned, so much, and now I just could use them anytime I want. Okay, so 2 long one and 1 small one. So we're gonna, this one we could do slightly different. Let's do like 2 leaves here and 1 here. And I like this card, even so we're decorating smaller piece. Did I glue it crooked or I stamp it crooked? But you kind of still have a real estate for your focal point to go other way. Now that looks beautiful. I really wanted to do like a napkin rainier, like I mentioned. Just do a couple leaves and flower. And it will be such a beautiful table setting for Easter. We do celebrate Easter. I do bake traditional Ukrainian Easter bread. And I do it every year. It's actually my son. He is in advanced training right now for Army. So he told me to send him one. And he has also have a friend. He's from Georgia, but Georgia, not Georgia, the state, but country Georgia. So he also kind of in Orthodox tradition and stuff. So he said, just bake one for me and one for my friend. I'm like, okay, will do. So, okay, and we will put a little bit of bling. So using the same ribbon, we put a couple of those beautiful champagne dots. And do I have glue dots? I didn't unpack from my class. I still have one from Paper Pumpkin. I didn't unpack from my class yet, from yesterday. So it's all supplies are there. Okay, we do that one. And as I mentioned, so this is the original one, and this one is reversed. So what do you think? Is it color combination with bubble bath kind of Eastery? What's your thoughts? And champagne dots, it's already probably lost them. So this is what we created today, those two cards. And this one was the original bag. And this one, this is what we created today. So let me know what you think. I hope you like this project and you give it a try. If you need any supplies, visit funstamper.com and shop with me. If you have any question, leave me a comment. I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to stamp with you next week. And until then, happy stamping. Bye.